Aqua gang, gang, gang. Okay. I think y'all need to get ready for this. I think you do. Holy angels and spirit guides, please come through, you guys. It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my Aquarius soul family, my Aquarius gang. This does seem to be something current. This is a current situation. This is a current relationship. It's a current person. This is not somebody who is too far off back in history. Okay, this is somebody who you possibly put a lot of energy and effort into, and you just kind of gave up on things. I do feel like they're coming in with this pop-up, a spontaneous surprise. This person is having a bit of an aha moment, an awakening. Okay. Again, this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What's up, you guys? For those of you who are new here, hello, welcome. Okay, I am an acquired taste, you know what I'm saying? Take a look around, suss out the vibe. If you like what you like, if you like it, go ahead and make it official, become a part of the team. Click that subscribe button. Everybody else, click the like button. Now, we got too much to get to. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. Okay, don't force shit to fit. This is a general message. So we have pop-up. This wasn't the first card that came out. We have quite a bit of energy that has come out. This person has a lot to say. They are surprising themselves. In fact, I feel like this is somebody who kind of deemed themselves to be sort of someone who would be sought after rather than the one that would have to seek after a love connection or seek after someone that they like. So I do get that they often are the ones that are pursued. This person is actively in pursuit of you. I don't know if you know this. They're saying that you're going to be surprised by it. I do feel like this person has a more mature outlook on the situation or what was the situation, right? Because I feel like they're doing a lot of reminiscing. So whatever has transpired in this connection, I do feel like this person possibly does now realize that they didn't necessarily do their part, right? Like they didn't help the situation. They're not necessarily taking accountability for hindering things or breaking things apart or for what it is that you're doing, which I do feel like you are kind of distancing yourself. Okay, so you're becoming a little less available. You are becoming a little bit less interested, a little bit less accessible, a little bit less open, a little bit less nice. Okay, I did hear that. I feel like this person has been getting on your fucking nerves. And here's what I think. I feel as though it did initially start out very strong. I feel as though this first card coming out really speaks to the energy of the connection and just the possibilities of it all, right? 10 of Pentacles. That is a wild beginning. Okay, that's a wild ride. 10 of Pentacles to me is feeling like you met your person, right? You feeling like on the first date, everything is going very smoothly. It's not love at first sight. No, Pentacles is not cups. Pentacles is about stability, seeing sustainability, seeing longevity, seeing yourself being able to build some shit with somebody is the 10 of Pentacles, and being able to check multiple boxes, 10 of them shits. Okay. So a very, very strong and stable beginning. I feel like after a while you did kind of start to question whether or not it was a show, whether or not it was for kicks and giggles, whether or not it was real, okay, whether or not this person was just putting on a mask, right, putting up an appearance, lying. They were not lying, okay? Everything that you felt initially in the connection was real. It was the truth, but I feel like you started to show up like other people that this person was dating prior to you, or could have been dating multiple people at one time. I just heard that. That's not for all of you, so don't take that if it doesn't resonate, right? It's as if they felt the same thing initially, but because of the level in which you were putting in effort, they kind of just leaned back into their old ways. So what does that mean, Empress? Well, that means that they weren't really awakened to the level of this connection and the commitment that they were making. Now you like, girl, we were not committing to one another. No, but in exchanging numbers, right? In having these deep conversations and being vulnerable and making certain statements and, you know, telling another person about yourself, spending multiple, you know, occasions together, spending time together. There's an unspoken commitment that you make to a person to tell them that you're not fucking lying. I do feel like this person may have felt like they were setting themselves up to kind of coast. That's the phrase that they're using. The 10 of Pentacles is one of the first cards that kind of jumped out which to me is a heavy hitter offer. It feels like things went from 0 to 100 in this connection. It could have moved very fast, but not necessarily for all of you, okay? Only take what resonates. Excuse me. But because of how strong things started, I feel as though you just kind of thought it would just continue to flow the way that it began, and that's not how it transpired. This person started to see things in you that were present in their past connections. Now, I'm trying to like kind of pussyfoot around this. I'm trying to like lay it down soft because I don't want y'all cursing me out in them comments. I don't. Please just give me the phrase. Well, how do I say this, Spirit? How do I say this? Okay, I don't want you guys to get offended, but here's the thing. I have to keep it a buck. I have to keep it real. Otherwise, you're not going to really know why things kind of took this turn. It does feel like it flipped. How you show up as the 10 of Pentacles and then all of a sudden all they're giving you is the Page of Cups, which is pretty much an empty offer. It's pretty much somebody showing up, saying a few kind words, you know, showing up with their pretty face and their fat ass and thinking that, oh, okay, you know, that's all that I have to do is just be present. It's just be there. It's not really anything in that cup but butterflies, calla lilies, unicorns, oh my. Okay, pipe dreams, flying pigs. That's the Page of Cups. How do we go from the 10 of Pentacles to the Page of Cups? Well, this person saw something in you, and the something that they're saying is like too much effort, you guys, okay? I feel like this person's expectations of what they would have to bring to this relationship were very high initially, and they were very much so into you the same way you were into them. You did not misread that. That was not a lie. But I do feel like over time, as things transpired, for them, they felt like they didn't have to do a lot. Because I don't know why I'm hearing the phrase like, maybe you thought, oh, okay, I kind of see what this person is about. I kind of see what we can attain here. And at some point in time, it became too much, guys, okay? Not normally like you. That is not normally like you. So depending on how long it took you to start getting to this 8 of Pentacles, I do feel like this person kind of felt like, well, I didn't really have to do much to kind of get that second date. I didn't have to really, you know, do a whole lot to reap the benefits, guys. They got benefits way too soon. Way too soon. This motherfucker just applied for the job. And just because their resume says that they have a doctorate, you decided, okay, fine. Give them the company car. Give them all the weekends off. There is no, you know, probationary period. None of that shit. Let them take their breaks when they want to. Let them show it when they want to. That's how they are putting it, you guys. Do not start cursing me out in those comments. That's what I heard. So it started to become very easy for this person. And for them, it kind of made it feel like what they were thinking was not true. I can kind of get away with what I was doing before. I'm not saying that this person is an asshole or that this person is a whole clown. You might start looking at them like a clown after a while. But the only reason why this clown behavior showed up is because of your overgiving. Okay? You're like, it's never too much, never too much. It was just too much too soon. I feel like you took on a lot of burden in the connection, in this person's opinion, okay? You might not feel that way, and I don't think that it warrants them to start behaving the way that they did, but they were able to get away with certain shit initially that kind of made them feel like, oh, okay, this is just like the same rigmarole. All right? It's not my first time at the rodeo, bitch. This has happened before, time and time again. At some point it changed, okay? And I do feel like it changed when your presence started to become a lot less accessible. You had to pull back. It's not until you pull back that this person started to actually start thinking, right? Does this person look like their head is up in the clouds? This is the kind of energy that I'm getting from them now. It's kind of taking them back to where they initially thought shit was not easy, right? Like you have to work your way up. You have to earn vacation time, PTO, bitch. You don't just get to walk in this motherfucker and think that you're about to take a 2-week vacation and you just started 2 hours ago. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So they did feel like it was room to play, guys. I'm just gonna say that, okay? They thought it was time, you know, they thought it was room to have a little bit of recess, to take a little extra time off, take a little extra, you know, 30-minute lunch break to go fool around at their coworker's desk for the whole, you know, work day. Don't do no work, don't do shit, and still get paid. 10 of Pentacles. Still get paid. See the analogies that they're using, guys. Okay, so now we have someone who is missing you. Okay, they're missing you being around. I think they quite possibly thought that this is just the way that it was going to be. And this person's lesson in this lifetime, or at least one of their lessons, you guys, is that shit ain't sweet. Okay, you thought shit was sweet? Nah, things don't just come easily to you. You don't just get to kind of parlay your way in with your good looks and your money and your big D and your fat ass. Like all that is great. All of that is fine and great. But guess what? That doesn't like warrant you the 10 of Pentacles, right? That doesn't warrant you a long-term committed relationship, support, a life partnership, you know, somebody bearing or having or being there to have your children, you know, building a family together, building and raising a family together, okay? Sharing finances, trusting somebody with your financial wealth and history and security. Like, yeah, you don't get to just parlay your way in and think that that's how it's going to go. But for some reason, I do feel like their mindset was there until you started shifting your energy. So I don't know how long it's been since you started to make these changes, but they do feel like you are changing right before their eyes. They feel threatened. Okay, there's a threatened energy. There's a bit of a scared or scarcity energy. This is what this person needed. They needed to be like, it's like a wake-up call. They needed to snap the fuck out of it. Like, I don't know what you thought was going on here. You may have found yourself falling for this person sooner than you expected. And you definitely gave them way more benefits than necessary too soon is what they keep saying, you guys, okay? Because I feel like this person was getting commitment benefits when the two of you were still single. There wasn't even a title on this shit yet, right? Yet you were showing up. Beautiful energy to show up for somebody like that. 10 of Pentacles is great. We do have 10 of Pentacles that came out again, but in the reverse. So you started to take away the benefits from this individual, okay? All of a sudden, they have to wait at the bus stop. All of a sudden, you have to pay for your own fucking gas, okay? All of a sudden, shit is not sweet. It's not coming easily, right? I'm not so easily appeased or impressed, right? You are starting to look a little bit clownish to me as the days go on and on and on. This person might have started to look a little less attractive to you, because even though Spirit is saying that you started showing up with this 8 of Pentacles rather soon, whilst this person was only showing up with the Page of Cups because the two of you were not, the status was not changed in your relationship, okay? I feel like you did that with the intent to be reimbursed, bitch. Like, come on. Reciprocation, something. And I do believe it just began to become more heavy and heavy and heavy. So the load has not been very heavy on this person. They have not really had to struggle or feel that energy of overwhelmingness or nervousness or worry that you won't answer the phone, or that you won't want to see them, or that you won't want to, you know, have relations with them, that it won't be so readily available, that they can't just call you and expect you to answer right away. Okay, etc., 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 right? Like, fill in the blank in reference to the benefits that this person was receiving very early on. And the longer it began to go, or the longer it persisted that you weren't really seeing a payout, okay, a return on these investments, is when this person's face started to look more and more like they belong in Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Okay, right? It's a circus act, bitch. What? So you also may have had some wake-up calls, right? Some aha moments, kind of checking yourself, right? Like, damn, did I do too much too soon? Now, here's the thing. Everything happens for a reason. So, of course, don't beat yourself up, because that is counterproductive. And I feel like just what you did is what was necessary. And that is switching it up, bitch. Handling the shit the way you see fit. Handling people the same way that they handle you. The way that you switched up your energy and your presence. Just your lack of presence to by itself, bitch, is having an effect. You don't really have to do much of anything. You never really had to do much of anything in this connection. I do feel like your lesson was that in this connection, even though the 10 of Pentacles was here, it was your business to see the follow through, right? To see some actions behind this person's words, to see some consistency behind the energy that you were already seeing. You weren't really meant to show up to this connection with the 8 of Pentacles like at all. since it's normally something that you've done in the past, you know what you bring to the table. The issue is showing people too soon what your table consists of, and then they just sit back and eat from it until it's gone, until the buffet is no more. So we do have many of lessons and many of aha moments in this situation. And I do feel like there's still a beautiful opportunity to salvage things if you want to, right? Like, free will is still at play. I'm just going according to what is showing up in the energies currently. I feel like you took the 10 of Wands off of your back. 10 of Wands is overwhelm. It is having lots of baggage, taking on lots of responsibility. It is heavy, heavy energy. You were doing that willingly, and you released that just by removing your presence. You should feel a big weight off of your back just by choosing yourself, just by walking away from this, right? Releasing whatever the fuck was going on, no matter how good you thought things were going to be, kind of taking out of your mind what you wanted things to be, and like really looking at the facts of what the fuck is going on here, and removing your presence is really what is going to allow for things to kind of rebalance itself. This person's lesson is, of course, to recognize the work that needs to be put in order to have the benefits of a commitment, the benefits of a relationship. Okay, they should not be getting girlfriend benefits if they're just your motherfucking friend. They shouldn't be getting boyfriend, benefits, girlfriend benefits, husband benefits, wife benefits if we are both still single. That's just that on black. I am hearing this person might be a looker, right? So they may be very attractive, but listen, what the fuck are you gonna do with their looks? What are you gonna do with their looks over time? They could be fine as fuck and still deplete you. I don't get that this person is toxic. I get that they're spoiled. I get that they're entitled. I get that a lot of things come to them very naturally. They get lots of opportunities. They get lots of breakthroughs, and they get lots of abundance kind of easily. It comes to them very much so easily in all areas of their life. It's always been that way, even in their family dynamics, right? In all of their relationship dynamics, which is why when you showed up, it felt like, oh, I have to do work for this one. That is something that they needed. It's actually something that they were attracted to, but I feel like too much too soon is what happened, right? Being too readily available could be one of the things. It could be many of things, right? I don't want to confuse you. It just depends on how extra you were laying it on with this 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles for me in a relationship is like putting in all of the effort, the majority of the effort, especially for the 10 of Wands to show up in the reading. That does suggest that you were possibly, making space for this person when you didn't need to. So a prime example of that would be like taking off of work or putting aside that overtime, not doing the overtime you had already signed up for so that the two of you can hang out, right? Or there's an aha moment that you're going to have. That's just one example, guys. Okay. Taking off work so that you can hang out with this person, letting go of commitments that you've made to friends in order to hang out with this person, or in order to going out of your way for them, right? In any way, shape, or form. It could be monetarily, okay? It could be their car broke down and you went and helped them, which it's not that you shouldn't help people, but it's just that you went out of your way. There are instances where this person was able to see with their very own eyes that you were going out of their way. And that's very much so how it's been their entire life. That is not what they are supposed to be experiencing in the connection with you, and vice versa. So you do go out of your way for the ones that you care about, for those that you deem to love. Now, I'm not saying that the two of you were in love just yet. For some of you, you could have possibly started to gain feelings for this person. 10 of Pentacles is wild at the very beginning. Okay. So I do feel like shit was just very different. It wasn't traditional. It didn't start in the traditional aspect where it was slower. For this person, they couldn't even believe that they were feeling this 10 of Pentacles energy towards you. It was mutual, right? It was a mutual attraction. It was very much so requited. Until this 8 of Pentacles started showing up. Look at how you looking at this candle, okay? You was really feeling this person. I'm not dragging you. I'm not, because we've all been there before, right? Where it's like, oh, okay, I don't see this person being an asshole. I don't see them doing this, doing that, doing this. So sure, right? I'm not going out with my girls tonight. I'm meet with mommy and mommy, right? Like, I ain't going out with the guys tonight. You know what I'm saying? Shawty says she want to go to the mall. We going to the mall. You doing shit that you said you won't do. You doing shit that you said you don't even like. You know what I'm saying? Your friends looking at you like, what the fuck going on here? Since when you like going to the opera? Like, what? Since when do you like going to XYZ? Fill in the blank. Please don't bend yourself into a pretzel for something that you deem to be something that you've wanted. Okay, I do see that, right? Like a commitment, a long-term relationship, a long-term committed relationship. The two of you have a lot in common, but during the time in which your relationship status says single, you need to very much so pretend that everything that they doing that's good is just another step. Okay, it really should not hold that much weight early on. And there is a need to not go out of your way for those who have not earned it. Love you guys to death. I'm just reading the cards, and of course don't force anything to fit, right? So now we have somebody who is finally seeing the value of your presence, seeing the value of the support that you were giving, seeing the value of all of the resources that they were receiving. And it's only because you backed all the way the fuck up. So much so that they don't even know if it was real. Like, now they're the ones questioning it. Okay, like, wait, huh? Everybody's always satisfied with me. So now all of a sudden Aquarius is not satisfied with me. They kind of see the way that you look at them now. It's no longer with that longing in your eyes, the twinkle in your eyes. Your answers may be a little bit more short, abrasive, abrupt. Right? You're not, you letting them have it. Okay, that tongue may be a little bit sharp. A little bit more sharper lately. You're not adding honey and sugar to your tone anymore. They can feel it. They feel like it's changing right before their eyes. So there is a threatened energy, and that's good. They need to be scared, you guys. Okay, they need to be shaken up. They need to be worried because they were fucking around. The danger with this person and their habits is when they feel like they can fuck around, that's when they string people along. Period. How long, you say? However the fuck long their soul says. And their soul says, how many times? How long? Yes. The end. So this is a transitional period for both of you. Nothing changes overnight, right? This is just the beginning of a shift in this connection, okay? I do feel this person awakening. They are waking up. They're getting many of downloads and lots of like signals in their mind that this is in danger, okay? That they're in danger of losing you, of missing out. Now, here's what I will say, right? Even though you're being led to kind of sit back, you need to be more poised, right? It's not that you don't need to put in effort. It's just you've been known to do that. So that's not really where Spirit is trying to lead you in this connection. And that might be a little bit tough, a little bit harder on your end, right? You are a giver naturally, right? Like from the soul, on a soul level, but we can't give to the point of depletion. And we also can't give to those who are unworthy, right? So this person is always used to receiving shit, even though they're not worthy of it, right? Like they feel very lucky in life and in love thus far. Okay, they've been able to avoid hardships. They've been able to avoid putting in lots of work, effort. Look how high that mountain is. They don't really have to climb the mountain. People come off the mountain to come down towards them. Or it could be vice versa. They don't really have to come down the mountain to other people. People will climb the mountain to come and rescue them. People will climb the mountain to come and give them what they need. Feed them, bathe them, clothe them, love them, fuck them, kiss them. You know what I'm saying? See them. See about them. So this is a pivot. It's going to be a change, and it's up to you whether or not, right? Like this is something like you want to deal with, like I said, okay? Based on what has happened in the history of this connection will determine what your decision is, but this person is coming in, and they're coming in abruptly. They're coming in fastly. They're coming in quickly. They don't quite know where your mind is, right? They're now the ones confused, okay? I don't get that this person gets turned down. I don't get that this person gets told no. I don't get that this person it gets like attitude. People are not like really mean to this person. People are not really, you know, they're not a bad person. You know, I don't want to like put it off as if this person deserves any of that, but they are spoiled, okay? Right? Like, I feel like they get a lot of what they want because of their smile and their this innocent quality about them. Page of Cups, very innocent qualities about this person, right? A harmless individual. They can often come off as somebody who is hopeless, like helpless, or okay, no, those are not the right words. Somebody who's like a damsel or a damser in distress, right? Somebody who needs help, and people are always willing to help them. Now it's time for them to help themselves. I do get that they are a little bit embarrassed because either you said something to them or you laid it out to them plain, you told them about themselves, or you will. They could also be embarrassed by the thoughts that they're having because now they're thinking. The wheels are turning, okay? Because you have changed. Your energy has changed. Your presence is no longer so readily available. All of that shit has changed, and the Ten of Pentacles for them now feels in the reverse. Like you are not satisfied with them. Like they're not good enough. Like they are not qualified any longer. Okay? They feel more like an outcast, like an outsider, or you've ostracized them. Like there are major issues in this connection. And they do feel surprised by this, you guys. I have to be very honest, okay? Based on whatever it is that you were putting into this connection, this is coming as a surprise to this person. And it has not happened to them before, actually, okay? I don't get that this is a love them and leave them type of person. I just get that this is the type of individual who will fuck around forever if you let them, okay? People don't necessarily hate this person. They don't have exes who are their enemies. They're friends with all of their exes. And they also have exes that still want them. So what they do is, once they see that another person is just like everybody else, willing to either climb the mountain for them or come down off the mountain for them, then they feel like they have the ability to like continue to seek what else is out there, because their soul's journey in this lifetime is to be challenged. Ten of Pentacles is not easy to get. Ten of Pentacles is not something that's easy to acquire. It's not something that's easily impressed. It's not something that's going to easily give to you. That is what their soul seeks. Does that mean that they're not going to indulge in connections where they're just being given and given and fed and fed and given and get? No, of course not. Who would do that? Nobody would do that. That's like nonsensical. That's not logical, guys, right? Like that's not practical. People will most certainly sip from every fountain, especially if it's dripping gold, bitch. Of course I will. Of course I'll take that job. I know I'm not qualified for it. Of course I'll date you. Who seems to be out of my league, but you don't know it. So, and you're giving to me. So, of course. But on a soul level, they won't commit to that because that's not what they're being led to do. They're on a soul level. It's making them feel like they need to be single from that. And I don't get that that was your mission in this connection. I just have to be very honest with that, right? Like you were meant to challenge this person. You need to be a challenge for them. That's not something that comes natural to a great majority of you. Okay, you have a very nice quality, a very pure quality about you, and that's beautiful. That doesn't need to change. But what we don't need to be doing is maneuvering our schedules in order to appease this person. Fuck that. Make them work. Make them wait. Make them earn. Make them learn. Make them climb. Like that's what they're here to do. That's what they saw in you initially. And at some point it started to change and they thought that you was like everybody else. So they started fucking around just like they do with everybody else and seeking outside what their soul is telling them that they need. So it's very interesting. This is a very, very interesting reading. We're going to hop over to the extended, of course. Okay, we're going to see where all this is going. Is this even worth your time? For those of you who want to go in the opposite direction and continue on this path of the Six of Swords, you are manifesting something else in. So we'll see what that entails, okay? The new love or the new thing, if that's what you want. But I really want to dig into what the outcome of this is, okay? How soon that will happen. We'll look at time frames for both old and new love. We'll get you advice. We'll have a little Access to the Universe reading and all of the other things, among other things. So without further ado, click the like button, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. And I know I'm going to see y'all over there. So let's go.